What's up guys, welcome to another episode of the Midnight Mod Garage. Today, we're going to be talking about the CTS cold air intake for the Golf R.
All right guys, so the Golf R currently has a stock air box on it. You know, it may be restrictive, it may not. A lot of people out there say it is not restrictive. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a number of footages. I'm actually gonna record some sound on the inside and outside of the car with the stock air box, so you guys can hear the sound of the turbo, if you can hear that intake sound. Then we're gonna install the air intake from CTS Turbo. We're gonna do some inside and outside footage as well. And then using the same tune, I'm actually gonna do a draggy run from 0 to 60 with the stock box. And then we're gonna do another one with the CTS Turbo and see if we get a different result. Now, you guys should know, we are in Florida right now. I don't know if you can tell, but we are hot. It is 95 degrees out. In fact, with the humidity right now, it actually says that it feels like 102 degrees. Like, this is insane. So again, like we talked about on our tuning episode, I'm actually gonna do another pull tonight. So it's supposed to drop because we're gonna get some thunderstorms to about 78 tonight. So we're gonna do a pull today in that 95-degree temperature with and without the intake, and then we're gonna do a pull tonight and see if we get a different result with the same exact tune, just different temperatures, okay? Enjoy. So this is how I have this intake. I actually got it off Facebook Marketplace for 120 bucks. It's 330 normally, so I couldn't say no. I am not sure if this airbox is gonna come disassembled. This is how I got it. You've got some wedging. This is actually gonna scoop up nicely to the hood. How much does this help prevent hot air from getting in this guy? Honestly, I don't know. In Florida with 95-degree weather, there's no such thing as cold air. But it probably helps, you know, deflect some of the engine bay heat. It also came with this coupler, which is gonna go to the OEM diverter valve input section, and then this is gonna go to the enlarged intake. Came with this nice open air intake cone, and these are the tools you're gonna need. And it's pretty simple. You've got a 7mm, you've got an 8mm, a ratchet, or you could use this guy right here to undo the clamps for this. And then you're gonna need one of these guys to undo the clamp, which you will see on the OEM elbow going to the turbo inlet. We're in the middle of a little tune-up on the IS300, so we've got our trusty tent out here to prevent us from getting too much heat from the sun. So over here you have the stock box. This is the clip you're gonna actually need that wrench for. And we're gonna try and make this install as quickly as possible. We'll probably time-lapse most of it just because there's 1,000,001 videos of people installing air intakes on Golf Rs. But you know, maybe they missed something. So here you go. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull off this little bypass air hose, and all you need for a tool to pull this off is this right here. Yep, you need a tattoo like Pamela Anderson, and you need a bicep like that. All right, so we're gonna yank this off. This we're just gonna pull up, pull up. All right guys, so right here, there is a bolt that my intake did not come with. You can clearly see here, and it bolts into the side here. Now, I do not have the bolt that was in here, so I don't know what size socket it was, or if it was a T37 or a T35 bolt. This is the extra bolt from when I did my armrest modification, and it works perfectly, so we're gonna go ahead and use this. This is that bypass hose. You want to make sure you run this back along. So the OEM coupling was a 7mm. The one that comes with this coupling is an 8mm. So let's go ahead and put this on our diverter valve, or on our elbow, sorry. Make sure we have this guy turned so that you can easily access the bolt. I have him turned so that I can access from this side. I'll show you real quick. So this is pretty easy to get to with the socket. This guy ain't going nowhere. And that's it. That's the full install of the air intake. So we're gonna do some more sound clips and we're gonna do some draggy pulls. All right, guys, so what we have here is, this is the stock airbox, and I wanted to record some footage from inside the cab with the windows closed, as well as outside, just so you can get an idea of what the stock inbox sounds like, or the stock air intake box. Turbo noise. You don't really hear, you know, that whoosh that you're going to get from an open air intake. I've also had the Carbonio air intake, which is made by APR, and it has a full carbon fiber enclosure around the air filter itself, and honestly it sounds identical to a stock air box. And in addition to that, the scoop that comes with it allows actually the same amount of air that the stock airbox gets, which is pretty minimal. You know, here in Florida right now the temperature is 95 degrees out, so regardless of whatever air intake you install, it is not ever going to be a cold air intake, because cold air doesn't exist in Florida. So, you know, I'm doing a bit of a spirited run. I'm in race mode, and again, you know, you can't really hear any of the turbo whooshing, but I just wanted to give you guys a sound comparison from inside the cab as well as outside the cab with the stock airbox. And we're going to also do a draggy run and see if there's any effect on the 0 to 60 time as far as, you know, performance. We're not going to be tuning for the CTS Turbo Intake. We're just going to use the same tune, but see if providing that maybe extra bit of air, maybe a little less restriction, actually gives you a better result on the 0 to 60 time. So we'll see. race mode, which is the sportiest setting, and see if you can tell the difference in the sound. Hear a nice whoosh sound from the air intake, and hopefully the camera on the outside is picking up, you know, a decent sound increase, or at least sound existence compared to the stock box.
It is audible.
We'll check it out in a minute.
30, 60, 30, 60, 30, 60.
All right, guys, so there you have it. You've got the intake, you've got the install, you have the sound on the inside, the sound on the outside, and then you have some performance results. And we wanted this to be a comprehensive video. It was definitely a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but we did want to include everything. You know, we want to help you guys do your own installs. We want to give you guys results or information that you may not be able to find online. So again, as usual, do like, share, and subscribe. We are going to have a ton more footage coming. We're doing a bunch more installs, downpipe on the Golf R. We're going to be doing a flex fuel setup. A lot of exciting things to come. And if you have any suggestions or things you'd like to see, leave us a comment below. We will respond, and we do appreciate the feedback. We're not professional mechanics. We are not professional videographers. We do this because we enjoy it. We like to, it's fun. And then also a lot of stuff that I've learned with cars, I've learned from other YouTubers. So, you know, a shout out to all those other guys that are taking the time to make these DIY videos. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.